myself, Noman Shaikh. This is my team, Nathan, Rahul, Melrick and Malcolm. So basically we are mechanical engineering students from Government Polytechnic, Panjim, and this is our project. So in December our college had informed us that we have to make a final year project, which was the main motive of the college was behind the project is so that it should have some mechanical fundamentals used in it. So we came up with the idea we had to repair the starter. After that we started working on the electrical, like the spark plugs, we put new spark plugs, and then afterwards the point condenser, all the other things whatever we needed for the car to start, we started working on those. After that what we did is side by side we were working on the brakes also, because we are a team of 6 people. Not all 6 people will be working on the engine, right? So half of the people are working on the brakes, half the people are working on the engine. So after that was done, what we did is, because the body was fully corroded, after the engine work we took it for body work. In body work what we were doing, we removed the seats. So the seat work was happening on one side, body work was happening on one side. After the body work was ready also, in that also we were facing problems which were the floorings and all we were not getting. So we had to do patchwork. Due to what the car chassis has started bending, so there also we started doing like we did something, and then after now the car is proper, and now the car is in good condition compared to what it was earlier. And after the body work, the paint work started, and then after we did this decal, and now the car is working fine.
So why did you choose the project with restoration of this particular car?
This particular car because firstly this car was available to me, and I was working on this car like just after when I was in 10th, just as a side hobby I used to work on this car in 2020. So that time I had interest in working in that car. So what I said is, now I have an opportunity, so let's take it. And my friends also used to tell me that you have knowledge about cars, share it with us. So I said, okay, you all also come, join in, and we'll start doing the project. So after we all started working on this car, and basically the idea of taking this project was because this is the core mechanical things, right? Like how like you have to literally set the time, because in this car in this car there was a timing setting gun, like which was a laser gun which we used to use. We never used that. We used the traditional method, like we had an old mechanic with us who was a heart patient, so he couldn't do it, so we did it. Like you can say that all the engine work of this car has been done by us only, by our own hand. We have not given it to anyone else to work on. So that's all. Basically all the mechanical work we have learned in this, like the brakes, the engine works. So because with this too much mechanical work involved, that's why we chose to choose this project.
So how easy, or you can say how difficult it was to convince your HODs to convince them for this project?
First of all, actually, our HOD did not make a problem, because our other sirs, especially our automobile sir, and they started thinking that it will be very difficult for us to do it. So they were actually telling us to choose something else and like to make something new, like some innovative thing. So our HOD had already said, like, okay, if you all are comfortable with it and you all think you all can do it, then you all go forward. So from start only we had a very positive thing from our HOD about it. But yeah, then after, so the complications were in these only, like the finding the spares of these cars, because these are very old. First what we thought that we'll get all the spares in Mumbai, but over there also all the Kali Piris are scrapped now. So over there also, like, what they do is now they have the stock, the things in stock, but they sell it for a very high price. So we had to order parts from Kolkata, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. And then some came from Pune, some came from Aurangabad. So collecting all those things, and then after funds was the main important, where we faced too much of difficulties, was because collecting money from friends, because we all are now teenagers and have not started earning yet. We all have our parents' money which we are using.
So what was the final cost of completing this project?
It is around 1,80,000 to 2 lakhs.
So how did you manage the balance, like to complete the target of that 2 lakh?
That's what, we had to divide all the money properly, and then after we had to keep a proper balance sheet, like of what expenditure we did, how much the mechanic took, then how much like we put for petrol. Petrol we spent the most money, because again and again we had to start the engine, because we could not keep it off for a long time, because again we would have to repeat the process. So for petrol we have spent a lot of money firstly, and that's what, too much money went in ordering all these accessories which were not available, the bumpers, the holders. If we got the bumper, we don't get the holders, like that. So we had to order everything one by one. Like we could not order everything in one place.
Which year model car is it?
This is a 1995 Premier Padmini S1 model.
What are your future plans about this after completing this project?
After completing this project, there are some small few things yet to be done on this car. So I'm planning on to do all those things also. Those minute more things which are remaining, I'll do that. And then after the passing also of this car has got over, so I'll do the passing and then I will keep it with us only. And it is free for all of our friends to use it anytime, whenever we want.
What's the specialty of this car? As this is a golden car, vintage car.
Yeah, this car is actually known, if you know, this car is already like known for the Queen of Indian roads, whereas Ambassador is known as the King of Indian roads. And I can say that we own both. We have an Ambassador also and we have a Fiat also. So now I have the King and Queen of the Indian road. So this car like plays a very important role in many Indians. This also because this is an Indian car. Like it is seen from an Italian car, but this is manufactured from India. This is a PAL, so Premier Auto Limited. So there many Indians love this car. Like even when the car was under restoration and we used to take it for test drive, all the old people used to sit in one corner and they used to say beautiful car, beautiful car. They used to praise it, and then some people used to come talk to us about their cars, share their memories with the cars. So like this car holds many memories and it holds a special place in people's heart. So this car is very important like for us also, and it's very special.
Even in your car there is a 95 number mentioned. Why 95?
Yeah, 95 because it's a 1995 model. So it's a 95, we have put 95, and coincidentally it is Rusty's, like Lightning McQueen's number also.
Thank you.
From the beginning, or from the start, I was encouraging them, because when they come with a proposal, I got a feeling that they may not achieve this project because it is a Herculean task, it is a big task, and it will also involve a lot of money. So I was little speculative whether it will be completed or not, because we started our term in December and there was a time till March to complete it. So I was a bit skeptical, but still looking at their enthusiasm and passion in automobile, especially of Noman and Nathan, even Melrick, Malcolm and Rahul, all of them were very passionate about this project. Actually, the project is they have renovated a car or retrofitted a car which was almost like a waste. It was a scrap. So it was a difficult task because even the good mechanics, they will find it very difficult. There was problems of getting spares, finances, parts, because it's a Premier automobiles car, PAL, Fiat. So that Fiat car was an old edition, in 1995 edition. So that the changes have taken over the period. Now there are latest cars with sensors. So now this car, like a vintage car, they had to make retrofitting and make it functional, which they very well achieved. Actually, even last month there was a project competition at Kursorem, and they were all game for it to participate. Because they were I was having a doubt how they will carry it over there. But they said we will manage. So finally approval of principal was taken and we allowed them to participate. But ultimately they could not reach there because of lot of mechanical problems. So they had to give an online interview or online assessment of that work. So that was one experience. But in the end, I am very much satisfied that the boys of Polytechnic or diploma have achieved this, which will even be difficult for a degree student. Because a lot of hands-on was needed, a lot of practicals were needed, a lot of hard work was needed, which they did. And they completed in less than 3 months. So
tell us your name and how
my name
your
is
designation.
I am Sunil Shetye. I am head of department. For the past 16 years I am head of department, heading this department. I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering. I have also done my post-graduation in automobile engineering. So for me, this was different. My outlook for this project was different, because having a qualification of ME in automobile engineering, I knew these boys could do it. Especially Noman, because he was showing a lot of interest. Varad has joined now, I think.
So once the project was completed and the students showed you, how was your reaction for that?
In fact, I was yearning to see the project, but what was happening was it was at their homes. So I would have given a visit, but because of my tight schedule, I could not do it. Actually, I was feeling that I should visit their home and see the project. But today was the practical exam, so they had to bring it. They brought it. Even when they went to Kursarim, I was out of station, so I could not be with them. Another person who helped is Shailendra Kakule. He was their guide, official guide, which I have allocated to him. Today he is not there, but he has also helped them in the project. So I think this was a great achievement, and as I said earlier, for a diploma student it is a great work, and I think all the students who are learning practical things, they should remember one thing: plan your work properly and get it done, but you have to strive for it. You just cannot be lazing around and getting the work done. So these people have shown that mettle and they have completed the work to our satisfaction. The examiner which came from industry also appreciated, and he said that this was a project which was difficult and they did it. So I want to tell the future students of polytechnics or diploma to take up a project which is achievable, but see that it is not beyond their reach. Now Noman has also told they have spent a lot of money. So money is one this hurdle which students, they are not earning, so they find it difficult. But still they manage to get that much money and do the retrofitting and come out with this project. So I am all praises for them, and I wish them all the best in their future career. Most of them want to go for degree, and they will excel and they will come out with a much better project than this. But I don't demean this project. This is the best project for a diploma mechanical engineer. Thank you.
Is there any plan to showcase this in other college event? Or
Yeah,
like
we had plans, but what happens is before the exams commences, no, these competitions are organized, but they were a bit late in completing it. So now if there are any more competition, they will definitely take part. Because now the competition will be in degree colleges, not in diploma colleges. They have to compete with better